I'm up in the Ossipees. You can see the Belknaps over there. That's where I usually roam. On the other side of Fuji. Today, trying something a little different. I'm doing a little bit of a test run. I have all my mandatory gear for Jigger Johnson, which is a race I signed up for sort of on a whim because I'm super pumped about there being a race in Southern White Mountains. So try to get something with a little bit of elevation today, but not, since it's 2 weeks out, I didn't want to get to the whites, just really destroy myself. So this is my backup plan, and first time in the Ossipee, so I'm very excited to be here. And so far, I'm only a couple miles in, but I am very impressed. It is beautiful, and it's been straight up, which will be a good practice for running up the moats right off the bat and Jigger Johnson. All right, I'll give some more updates as we go along. There's the first peak. Now the Ossipees are kind of an interesting place. It's mostly private land with some conservation in the southern half. There's a lot of logging out here, which, like, I think some of them are like tree society. So I think they try to follow some good practices, but it's sad to have this really cool spot privately owned because they can turn on and turn off all the access whenever they want. But thankful for the private owners that allow people to come in here when they're practicing good, leave no trace type behaviors, which everyone should do anyway. Look at this. Look at this. See gunstock in the distance. Major. Wow. Just fantastic. Just fantastic. Whew. Head up that. Those are all the Belknaps. You can see gunstock, Mount Rowe, Mount Major will be to the left of that, and that's all Winnipesaukee. It's kind of cool to see on this side. I have not been on this side of Winnipesaukee before. Hiking. Yep. Now the other side of the Ossipees, most of them are owned by the Lakes Region Conservation Trust, and they have some cool trail networks. They have like 40 miles of trail networks between here and one other place, and there's more towards Squam Lake. So pretty cool. I'm glad to explore some of this stuff. So I've always been interested in exploring here because it's always stood out on the map as being kind of a really cool shaped geography feature. So glad I'm out here. I keep saying it, but it's really cool. Black snout. The trails up here are a little bit harder to follow. They're not as well maintained. I would say if you're a little bit wary of getting lost, you might not want to pick this as your first one. Let's see how they go from here. So the trail turned from pretty technical, steep climb on the Italian trail to a super runnable ridge trail, but I think I'm around 2,000 feet up, which for southern New Hampshire's a pretty high elevation. And yeah, it's been super runnable. It's awesome. Heading up Mount Shaw. Some kind of hawks. Which is an updraft. All right, second peak. Much Shaw, I think that's the highest one in Ossipee, I believe. See Machikora. I'll be out there in a couple weeks. I think so. That would be Chikora. There's probably Kerrigan. To the left of that's probably Hancock's, so I'm missing all those. So I'll be going over to that side. That's probably that might be the south side of. It's definitely Waterville Valley. It might be Tecumseh. I'll be hitting that on the race. Here's a good view. There's Mount Shaw. So there's the ridge. It's pretty much just a carriage road right across the top of it, which is pretty cool. Definitely different than the Belknaps there. And then got this nice view of Winnipesaukee and the other side of the. So I went up that. Now we're on the other side, and there's Gunstock again and Mount Major. And so it'd be Squams out that way. Yeah, pretty fantastic. Some road miles back to the car. Decided to cut some of them, some of the run short. In order to get back to my wife and kids and back to the car. Thoughts about the Ossipees? Well, fantastic. There's some great varied terrain, which is a lot of fun. And good climbing. Ended up with a little over 3,000 feet of vert, and I only went up one. I could have gone up and down a few times to different places, but it there's Mickey's good. I'd say the views are similar, comparable to the Belknaps. I think the Belknaps might be a little bit nicer views in some spots, but it was more runnable. It was smoother in spots, so you can actually get some strides in, which is nice. There was definitely some rockier areas, pretty areas. The side by Castle of the Clouds got a little kind of more family walk type, so it wasn't necessarily great for running because, you know, there's a lot of stopping for people so you don't run over little kids. But the range trail was really nice. The ridge trail was nice and rolly. Mount Shaw had probably the best views. It was really awesome views up there. It was the tallest of them. And then some good views of Winnipesaukee from the other side that I don't usually get to see. So that was really cool. Definitely come back here again. And I like to explore some of the trails in the middle to get some different kind of up and down vert ones. So yeah, definitely will be back and really enjoyed it. I think it's kind of worked out to be a perfect 15 miler before 2 weeks out from my race. A little bit of everything, and definitely some terrain I'll see on the race. So no climbs that were as big as the ones that I'll see in the race, but still like kind of varied, which was nice. So yeah, so 2 weeks to with Jigger Johnson, and then see how everything goes. But yeah, highly recommend Ossepees.